Yeah, yeah. We'll start with the highlight. We got Jeff Bezos versus Mansa Musa or Mansa Musa. I don't know exactly which way is the proper way to pronounce it. But either way, this is the battle of two of the richest guys to ever live. Jeff Bezos, of course, he's like the richest guy today, right? I think he's technically still the richest. I believe Elon Musk was like close to him. I don't know. I guess it depends probably how you measure it as well. It's uh what counts as an asset? How do you calculate net worth? And that's one of the interesting conversations around Mansa Musa. He's considered the richest guy who ever lived, depending on how you measure it. Like there's Genghis Khan or Genghis Khan, depending on how you want to pronounce it. I try to get to the proper pronunciation of things when I can, and I guess it's supposed to be Genghis Khan. Uh, I guess by some metrics, depending on how you measure it, he is the richest man to have ever lived because he had like the largest land empire and had full access to all the materials thereof. So technically, that would make him the richest guy to have ever lived. But I guess in a more conventional way of measuring net worth, Mansa Musa would be the richest guy to ever live. So that's interesting. And I'm very excited to get into this one. So we're going to do the live reaction and we're going to do a little bit of breakdown, maybe, if I have anything to say. I only know a little bit about Mansa Musa, but there might be some stuff there. And I have thoughts about Jeff Bezos, but I don't know how much of that's going to come into this. But we'll see how it goes. Let's get her started.
This video is sponsored by NordVPN.
All the volume good? Good. Oh yeah, I was also really excited about this because Mansa Musa, he's being played by a guy named Screwface John. He's a real rapper. He's really good. He has a song with Tech Nine. It's called Antisocial. He also has a song called he has these songs called YouTube Rap. YouTube Rap 2 is like that's a banger of a song right there. And he's got some really good songs. He also has his own YouTube channel where he does react videos to music and stuff. And I guess he got into this stuff because he was doing react videos to ERB. And I think Epic Lloyd noticed him. He's been teasing that I've been following this guy for a while, but he's been teasing that he might end up in one eventually. And I'm glad he gets to play this character. I think this is perfect. And we got Epic Lloyd. That makes sense. Get the bald guy. No, wait. Nice Peter's also bald. They could both do it. Never mind. I forgot that Nice Peter lost his hair. I still imagine, like, 2008 Nice Peter. By the holy Quran, I lay my hand upon. I blaze Bezos, inflict inflammatory damage on. Okay, already doing stuff. I'm pretty sure voila is, like, some Arabic wordplay there. Like that's not an accident. That's like, what is that? That's like, it's not like praise God, but it's something of the sort. That is some Arabic wordplay. I do know that. Quran, I lay my hand upon. I blaze Bezos, inflict inflammatory damage on Amazon. Burn it down like when they put the cattle on. The hottest on the map since the Atlas of Catalan. Ooh, okay. That's a good one. So the Atlas of Catalan is a very famous map, and it actually has Mansa Musa drawn on it. It's a wonderful piece of mappery. I don't know if it's like actually a good map. It's more like interesting, like from a historic and artistic perspective, and giving you like an insight into the values of the time. But it's absolutely worth given a Google image search to, because it's a beautiful map in a way. Ooh, gold bars. The gold bars thing, I believe, yeah, his money was in gold. Like his kingdom was just sitting upon mountains of gold, and that's his wealth. That is his wealth is old school. It's in gold. That's really cool. And gold bar, like a lot of these like rich guy lines, they translate very well, like because rappers already do that, so it all translates very well to like battle bars. I really love that.
With cold bars you can't escape from. Lyrically, I pack heat, you pack a tape gun. I'm laying the blows you can't dodge. This ain't sales tax. I left footprints in the Sahara. I know how to try. Plus dorks like .com bubbles when I hit them. Nah, you can't spit. You got that algorithm. Here's a nugget of advice.
Algorithm. I hold on. I didn't get that one.
Sales tax. I left footprints in the Sahara. I know how to try. Plus dorks like .com bubbles when I hit them. Nah, you can't spit. You got that algorithm. Here's a
algorithm. I don't know if it's maybe the way Al Gore talks or something like that. I know Al Gore gets made fun of because a lot of people claim that he claimed to have invented the internet when he was like this early investor or something. I don't fully understand what Al Gore's contributions to the internet are. Maybe it has something to do with that, like the ties with Al Gore to the internet, and maybe it's something about the way Al Gore talks. But I don't know that one. That one's interesting.
.com bubbles when I hit them. Nah, you can't spit. You got that algorithm. Here's a nugget of advice to get your union problems handled. Want workers that don't piss? Hire some camels. I expand the horizons with libraries and mosques while you chopped off the top of all the mom and pop shops. All you
that's a really good line. Oh god, that's wonderful. Mansa Musa was a big supporter of like the arts and stuff like that. Like when you have that kind of money, you can afford to support the arts. If you're not giving a little bit back, then like what the hell are you really? Valerie, he did I believe he ended up like traveling through somewhere. I don't know specifically where it was, but like he was so generous with his gold that he caused inflation in the place that he went through, which is kind of hilarious. I guess you can't throw that much money into a place all at once or you are going to get inflation. I don't know if it was a net positive or net negative because they still have like tons of gold going in there. It's just worth less than it would have been worth, so I don't know how exactly that. Yeah, I don't know.
Libraries and mosques while you chopped off the top of all the mom and pop shops.
Chopped off the top of the mom and pop shops. First of all, that's amazing wordplay right there. Screwface John, I hope he like wrote his own stuff. I still don't know what the writing process is. I hope he's in the room because he's great at that sort of like internal rhyme scheme type stuff, like fitting in several words that rhyme in the same line. You don't just end it with words that line. You throw in a bunch all throughout the line. He's really good at that. That's a great critique of Amazon with it being so... The amount of convenience that it provides actually makes a lot of places either dependent on them or they just can't really compete at all. That you can use Amazon as a tool for your own business and stuff like that. They have that going for them, but if you don't really step up, it's hard to remain competitive with them. So there's layers to that. There are some positives with Amazon making people's lives generally more convenient, but it does hurt people a little bit on the local level. It makes it harder to get into business where you could just get almost anything from Amazon.
Rises with libraries and mosques while you chopped off the top of all the mom and pop shops. All you widened was the gap between the haves and have-nots. Now they ordering or living in your cardboard box.
Cardboard box. That's wonderful. That's awesome.
At Amazon, our product research is phenomenal, but I've never heard your story. And I own Audible, so go dig some more.
Okay, I don't love Bezos, but I love Audible. I'm pretty sure it existed before he owned it, but it's like my favorite service in the world. So like, I guess I can't I can't hate on that. I couldn't live without Audible.
Product research is phenomenal, but I've never heard your story. And I own Audible, so go dig
Really
some more
funny.
gold there, Kanye West Africa. I'm hotter than the soundtrack to Battlestar Galactica. Never trade blows with Jesse Jeff Bezos. Egghead with a huge set of wavos. I serve more people on the web than Spider-Man. You rap like a soccer mom, that's why you're rowing caravans. You're overrated.
This one's kind of hard for me to follow. He's throwing a lot of, like, these are a lot of weird references he's doing right now, which I guess I don't actually know what Jeff Bezos sounds like. I've not actually heard, like, interviews with him. Jazzy Jeff Bezos, we're doing, like, a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reference right there. That's weird. That is a weird reference.
Jeff Bezos, egghead with a huge set of wavos.
Huevos.
I serve more people on the web than Spider-Man.
I think huevos is just eggs as well. So a huge set, egghead with a huge set of eggs. Okay, that's kind of clever.
You rap like a soccer mom, that's why you're rowing caravans. You're overrated, like you leave economies inflated. You're about to taste some of that salt that you traded.
There we go. There it is. Like the caravan stuff, because he was a trader, and trader with a D. The inflation story that we talked about a little earlier that Valerie brought up, where we have him going in and being so generous with his money that he ends up causing inflation in the places that he goes. Like it's kind of hilarious. And I think him being compared to, like, Kanye West, I'm still trying to wrap my head around that. Like, there is something extravagant about him, like, but I don't know. The comparisons, it can be done. It can be done. It might just take a little bit of thought. Like, there's a lot of baggage that comes with Mansa Musa, a lot of baggage that comes with Kanye. So, like, where are the parallels? I might need the setup to that line to be a little clearer, because I don't know.
Long-term play and giving your wealth away. Cause now I feed your whole country for the price of a cup of coffee per day. So bow to me like you did to the king of Cairo. You're about as hack as Saudis have in my iPhone. You'll be more ashamed than when you accidentally killed your mom. When I make you shit your pants, worse than diapers.com.
I didn't know he accidentally killed his mom. That's actually a news story to me. You'd think I would know about that one. Because that sounds like a pretty dramatic story.
Loser. You look like a villain at Comic-Con. You getting ate up. You should have battled me on Ramadan. The harem of women.
Oh, you should have battled me. I love Ramadan bars. It's kind of a cliche at this point, but when you hear people reference, like, Muslims or anything in rap music, there's always, like, the Ramadan bars. They're like, I'm starving like Ramadan or something like that. And it's always reference to, like, fasting, because you're supposed to fast. So you'd be hungry. So yeah,
What I
still like them. They're cliche, but I like them.
She cut you in half. David Pecker picked the pecker, you Peter Pigs. Now your new girl got them feeding me Seymour lips. And it turns out her own brother was the snitch. Woo! Fix your face. No wonder you bought Twitch. Now let me really break it down, because there's more to him. He ain't a Bezos, his real name is Jorgensen. But daddy loved unicycles more than him, so we rolled out. Now that's a blue origin. Take one
Oh, I didn't follow that completely, but that came together at the end. Blue Origin is the his space company, right? I believe that was its name.
He ain't a Bezos, his real name is Jorgensen. But daddy loved unicycles more than him, so we rolled out. Now that's a blue origin. Take one small step towards a different profit, cause these days you just as cocky as your rocket. I'm the cream of the crop, I'm on top, I'm ice cold. This Muslim just served you, a la mode.
I'm lyrically legal, I'm relentless.
So that one was good. That was like a long scheme. Like, it wasn't like a bunch of hits. He was playing the long game on that one. I didn't like that as much as his first one. I think he won the first round, but I don't know. A lot of those Jeff Bezos lines, I think, might have gone over my head on that first round. And I'm also definitely biased because I love Screwface John. I like Epic Lloyd too, but he's in most of them. So I kind of like to root for the guest.
Oh, this Muslim just served you. Allah Mo.
I'm lyrically lethal, I'm relentless, African verse immune. If I wanted to waste my life on desert spice, I'd watch Dune. What do we give Mackenzie?
Ooh.
40 billion? So what? Earning every penny back only took me a month. I went from hobbit dork to slick orc physique. Now I'm Lord of the Rings. Take a peek. 3 years to trek to Mecca, man, you must be tripping. One click, I'll get you there overnight with free shipping. I'm hardcore.
Oh, 3 years to get to Mecca. I mean, at the time, I didn't know how long it would take. That feels like you might have taken some detours there even in his time, but I'm not sure. I could see it taking a really long time. That's a pretty good line though, and it really draws the line between the difference between modern conceptions of wealth and power and past conceptions of wealth and power. Like, it's totally different. It's really often when people are making these lists, when they compare wealth in different times, just calculating for inflation, like you'll get something there, but I think there are a lot of layers to wealth and power that can't be calculated so easily. I think it can be a little bit more complicated than those like top 10 lists you find online make it.
Corporate, top tier in the Forbes list. You couldn't even hit top tier in Civ 6. I'm schooling you like Timbuktu, eating you like Whole Foods. Your ship is sailed just like the dude who came before you. You ain't fire, can't hold the candle to me. I got the flywheel flows, I revolutionize delivery. Your talent's oddly beauty like my tax. Bills, Alexa, what do we have that he lacks?
Skills.
Oh, I like that. That was a funny one right there. That was wonderful right there. I'm so happy for him. He's a really good rapper, and I highly recommend checking out Screwface John. I'd say Antisocial's not a bad place to start. It's the name of the song he did with Tech9. I think it's a really good song. Hey Coolio, thank you for joining us. You just missed the new ERB, but I'm glad you could join us. If you want to check it out, again, you could always go back, or you could check out the VOD. But that was... yeah, I know Mecca and Mali are pretty far. I'm just not sure how long it... And he traveled in like these pretty large caravans, so it would certainly hold him back a little bit. Like he traveled with like large groups. This isn't just like... And often traveling with like bigger groups will cause you to go a little bit slower. So I can imagine like, okay, I see it. Maybe I got suspicious really quickly on how long it took, but I guess I could see it making sense. Yeah, that one was really fun. I thought the Jeff Bezos voice was very strange, but I found it kind of charming in a way. Sometimes they'll have characters that have weird voices, and it makes it harder to enjoy their stuff. But I thought that one was fun. I thought that one was really cool.